Ever heard the saying, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever would? Well, it's a powerful reminder that most of the time, the things that are holding us back aren't external, they're actually internal. And as introverts, we often walk into conferences feeling unsure or overwhelmed or avoid them altogether. I know that's been the case for me. Anyone else, go ahead and leave a me in the chat. Now, what if I told you that setting clear, strategic goals could shift everything and give you the confidence to shine? Before I get deeper into today's topic of defeating doubt with strategy, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Crystal Pope, and I am the CEO and visibility strategist of 2 Geek Marketing. I help introverted women in wellness show up authentically and with ease, online and off. And let me start off by telling y'all a story of how I fumbled an opportunity because I wasn't prepared at a conference. So back in 2022, I attended a conference to build visibility for my brand. I was in the process of rebranding, in the process of just starting out to be full time in my business, leaving my corporate tech job. And I knew that I wanted to connect with people in person, as in the past, networking had just done such been so valuable for me in the past. And the thing was, I didn't have a clear plan on how I was going to increase my visibility at the conference. But I did know that I wanted to share my business and my mission with as many people as I could. And y'all, while I had good intentions, I did not share my business with many people, but I did share it with a few. I was just so nervous about approaching others because again, I was going into like newer territory and I was trying to figure out what to say because I thought it would just come out naturally in the moment. Like, this is my mission. This is something I'm passionate about. I should just be able to come up with it on the spot, right? But yeah, the nervousness came up, right? The hesitant to approach people first came up, and sometimes people ask me, and I just like not necessarily froze, but just had a little bit of a brain freeze. Like, what is it? How do I want to say this? How do I want to, present myself? And so the people I did connect with on the flip side of like not only preparing of what I was going to say like at the event itself, I didn't have a plan on how I was going to, utilize those connections after the event. And so the people that I did connect with, again, I didn't fully utilize because I wasn't clear on what my next offer was or where I wanted to lead them to next, even if it was, as simple as leading them to an email, a newsletter, or staying connected in some other way. And in the end, I had a great time. I learned lots of new things, but I left lots of valuable connections on the table. And I don't want that for you, right? It's already enough as introvert. You going to an event, especially an in-person event. You're going to use a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, all that stuff. And I want to make sure that you get the ROI that you deserve from that. And so since then, since that not so optimized time that I went to that conference in 2022, I started developing a system to make the most out of in person events. And today, I want to talk to you about strategic goals. And strategic goals are the foundation of my STAR framework and the key to making conferences work for you. And so I just want to say that like strategic goals aren't just about what you hope happens at a conference. They're about aligning your efforts with a clear purpose. These goals guide your energy, your time, and your interactions. For example, if you know you're going to attend most, if not all, of like the conference sessions, right? Because the other great thing about conferences is that you get to learn from, experts like a lot of people, benefit from conferences from like meeting new people, connecting with potential clients and partners and things of that nature. But also, there is a lot of learning and knowledge gaining to be had, right? So, you want to make sure that you are balancing that out as well. And so if you plan to go to, most, if not all of these conference sessions, especially if it's like a multi-day track, um, sorry, got a little notifications coming up, but especially if it is a multi-day track, then you want to like plan out your networking. So maybe you'll network before or after the conference sessions, right? So that you can focus more on the learning. Or you plan to like have lunch with the people that you want to meet beforehand, which requires you to like know who those people are and reach out to them, ahead of time. So there are so many ways that you can go about, strategically planning your conference so that way you can make the most out of it. And so I'm curious for anyone who is attending a conference or in-person event within the next couple months, drop in the comments whether you're watching this live or in replay. What is one goal that you have set for yourself for this upcoming event? Drop it in the chat for me. Would love to see. And then in the meantime, I want to bring up a couple more examples of like why having strategic goals and not just like vague goals are so important. And so outside of like the learning example of like, okay, scheduling wise, another thing is really getting granular about the type of how many people that you want to connect with, right? Everyone has, I consider being introverted as a form of just the way that your energy recharges. People who are introverted, they tend to have maybe a smaller social battery, and are a social battery that maybe doesn't charge up as quickly. And so I know, like, if I go to like a 3-day event or something like that, then like maybe it might even be for definitely a couple days, maybe a week, I'm going to be cocooning, right? I'm going to be like recharging, especially depending on the size of the event, right? And so with something like that, right? Like with a multi-day event, I know I'm going to be connecting. I want to make sure that I am planning out that after that time afterwards, right? So if I'm like, I know I'm going to be resting and recharging, then I definitely want to have some systems in place so that way the people that I do connect with and the people that I do meet, um, they are hearing from me, things are still fresh in their mind and all that good stuff, but I'm really at home chilling and recharging, but they still get what it is that they need or what I promised them, right? And so another way to look at that is the number of people that you are planning to connect with and for what. So let's say that you are going to you are looking to connect with some partners. Maybe you are looking to connect with some organizers, other of like events or workshops or something like that. And you're like, okay, like, yes, you may have this offer, but your goal is to go directly to organizations and then use your offer to help the people that are in their communities, right? And so with that, you're going to be like, okay, I need to talk to 4, 5 different event organizers, right? And with that, like, how are you going to find these event organizers? And so, and are they all going to be there? So, if you know of like, okay, who's attending, and you start creating a plan, like you want to meet with 5, then you probably want to have a list of like 10, or really probably like 15 or 20. But you want to have a larger list than that, than the people that you want to actually reach out to, because maybe you don't run into them, maybe you don't find them, maybe you weren't able to get a hold of them ahead of time, so that way you all can plan something and meet. And so that's why it's important to have these strategic, clear goals, because if not, then one, we're not going to know how to reach them. If you just say, oh yeah, I want to connect with people, like, what does that mean? Like, connect with who? Connect when? And then, once you kind of have that number, like, okay, cool, I want to connect with, 5 event organizers. Then the next step is, all right, like, where are these event organizers? Are they going to be there? Are they people who are already in the area? Are they people who are, flying in, and potentially be at the same hotel as me if I'm also flying in? All these things that you can like bring in, and be able to like plan, so that way you can like effectively plan around your energy, which is, as an introvert, the main thing that I want you all to protect and pay attention to, so that way you can make the most out of these in-person events. And so So yeah, so that's another thing. So just really in that's twofold of not only how many people you want to connect with, but who are the type of people that you want to connect with, so that way you can be laser focused on how to find them before or during the event. Maybe you're wanting to connect with speakers, and or maybe and then with that it's like, okay, especially again going back to like multi-track, and sometimes even on one day events they may be multi-track. So if you know that you want to, if you already know ahead of time that there's a certain speaker that you want to talk with, engage with, and they are hosting something during a session that someone else is hosting something, then you want to know that ahead of time so you can know, oh yes, well I'm definitely going to be at this session and get over there in time, versus finding out when you get there like, oh yeah, that would be cool to go to, but you go to the other session because maybe you like the name of that one more, and then you go back and realize like, oh wait, I missed the session with the person I actually wanted to connect with, right? And this is again just like one goal of like connection. You could also have goals of maybe getting feedback. There's so many different opportunities to be had at in-person events, because again you're going to be surrounded by people who are also super excited about their goals, super excited to be in community, and so it just makes things easier to like get feedback, to talk to people, because people are going to be in this mind frame of doing that. Like that is what is expected when you go into an event with a bunch of other people, that you're going to connect, and to learn from each other and to share and all that good stuff. And yeah, so if setting strategic goals resonated with you, let me know in the comments if that's something that you're like, you know what, this is good. This is maybe something I didn't think of before. And that's a comment that I get a lot with my clients. Is they're like, oh, I didn't think about this in this way before. And sometimes that's all it takes, is like just a new perspective, a new reframe, to really just elevate things to the next level. And again, I want you to make the most. I want you to maximize your next event, your next conference, where you can, get all the connections you want, get all the leads, get all the feedback, get all of the knowledge that you want in a way that feels good to you. And so again, if you think that like having strategic goals resonated with you, imagine having an entire plan tailored to your next event. And so that's exactly what we're going to get started with in my Introvert Conference Guide Stand Out with Strategy workshop. It's going to be happening tomorrow, January 28th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can register at introvertconferenceguide.com. The details will be in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram, and they will also be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I'll probably put it in the comments. And this workshop is just going to be really helping you see, based off my STAR framework, what areas can you be improving on, and what areas are you already have down pack, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. But we're going to be going through 4 key areas that I know will help you make the most out of your next conference, even as an introvert. And again, we're going to be not only like helping you guide through to see like where you need improvement, but actually giving you some tips of like how to improve and make the most out of that, those key areas, right? And so, for those of you who are like, man, I can't, maybe aren't able to join us live tomorrow, no worries. You can still register and a replay will be sent to you, but it will be available for a limited time. So I highly recommend you register to either join us live or catch the replay, so that way you can have the most time as possible to watch the replay while it's up. And ooh, excuse me. And yeah, so just as a little bit more about the workshop. Not only will we talk about strategic goals, but I'll be helping you set strategic goals. I'll be helping you set strategic goals and pair them with networking strategies that align with your energy, tailored content ideas to build your visibility, and tips in general to just authentically stand out, all while staying true to who you are. So, if you want to walk into your next conference with clear, strategic goals that give you the confidence to focus your energy on what matters most, and the best part is like you don't have to do it alone. I will be there to guide you, to prepare you, and to help you shine step by step tomorrow at the Introvert Conference Guide Conference. Again, register at introvertconferenceguide.com. I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to share more gems with you all. And until next time, y'all, stay geeked and fabulous. Bye now.